All right, today we're in downtown Ankara, the capital city in the country of Turkiye, or Turkey, as some may know it. I'm going to take a tour up and hike through the old castle, or fortress as they call it. It's old Phrygian architecture originally. It's been rebuilt many times. It was built around 6th to 7th century BC initially, and then rebuilt many times subsequently after. Okay, so I'm across the way from the castle fortress area. So you get a better look from here at what's going on. You see there's a series of old structures on the left side that go all the way up that embankment to the top where what I call the old castle is, where the flag is. And there's about 3 terraces on the way up. You have to go up to the first terrace there, which was some old construction, and there's a cafe there. And then you have to walk up 2 more, one to the right, which takes you to the lookout point, and then the old castle is on the top left. Okay, let's walk up there and find out what we see. Looks like a nice coffee shop up there. I've never been here before, so I really don't know anything about it. But it's old. That you can pretty much be guaranteed. Look both ways before we cross. Pardon, castle nerede? Castle? Ah. This is a beautiful little cafe that's halfway up the hill on the way up to the Ankara Castle. And we are at the Ankara Cafe, which makes sense at the Ankara Cafe. Okay, I just met Hassan and Rania. I just came up to the cafe to have a quick look at the beautiful scenery while I was here, and I said, "Hey, can you please let me take a quick look at this beautiful food you have?" So that is amazing. And Rania, you're from Germany?
Yes,
but you live here.
no, not
Not
yet.
yet.
Oh no!
Not
And Max,
Max living in Ankara.
you do live in Ankara,
Yes.
so you're visiting.
Yes.
Oh, lovely. So you guys are having a lovely dinner up in a beautiful place. Good man, Max.
Thanks so much.
You're a good man. Look at that. That's beautiful. So what is all that? Is this like Turkish lunch, Turkish breakfast? Pretty much. That is beautiful.
Turkish cheese, Turkish olive, Turkish honey, Turkish bread,
Something spicy.
Wow. Turkish olives, of
and
course.
Turkish wife.
A Turkish wife.
German husband?
Almanja? Yeah, I haven't. Okay, well, nice to meet you guys. Thanks very much for letting me take a look at your beautiful food.
Thanks so much.
Have a good day.
Thanks. You too.
Hisar Castle Cafe. And what is a trip to Turkey without hanging out with some of the cats that are everywhere? Okay, now I have to tackle these stairs. This should be exciting. That's why I've smoked all these years, to make sure my lungs are good and strong for this. What a hike up the stairs to the castle. So a mixture of old and new rocks. You know how big the old stonework is. And then some new stuff there, with a modern window shoved in. Some new stuff on top. Interesting. And then over here, look at that. There's a tree growing out of the top. Where is it getting its water from? It's growing right out of the wall. Anyway, just on the outside of parts of the old castle, I'm just going to walk around to the outside here, where you get a view on the other side of the city. And a view of the outskirts. Oh, some work being done. Some old houses being torn down in there, rebuilding the embankments. And I think this is going to be a new museum area. A fellow yesterday was telling me. There's some old marble work in the lower end of the old part of the base. Big stones. Okay, so the story online is that the Ankara castle here was built in approximately the 8th century BC initially by the Phrygians, it's said. And then since then, it has been rebuilt multiple times. And you can see there's original stonework at the bottom. And then it looks like some bigger stones on the top, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it was built at separate times in the lower end, but it might have been. There's a lot of different kinds of stones. Or parts of it were destroyed, taken down, pulled out, and then they popped in new pieces. Because there's marble in there. And then the other rock, I'm not sure what it is. Looks like basalt of some kind. And then there's marble stuck in here and there, as you can see. So we'll take a hike up inside and see what we get. No signs again. So there must be signs somewhere else up top, maybe around the corner. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to the right place or not. Well, I'm at the top through the walkway. There's new houses being built right on the top, new construction. There's the old stonework, top of the old walkway. And some nice places in here now. So it looks like new apartments or refurnished apartments being put in here. Lots of people actually in here. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just going to walk along the pathways here and see what I find. As is common here, you see a lot of combination of These old houses connected to new places being built. These places are for sale. And a jammy right above us there. Let's try to find the castle. I have no idea where I am. Nice old cobblestone roads. This must be Castle Village. Here we are. Let's go through. See what we find. Merhaba. Yes, I'm walking around the outside. Oh yeah, Castle Village. There we go, Ankara Kalesi. I guess I came the long way around. So now I'm actually at the proper entrance. So I'll walk back the other way and go up the stairs I saw on the way through. And there's a tour. A cafe and gallery. Well, maybe we'll go in there after. Okay. So let's walk through. Well, it's Sunday. There's lots of tourists. Yep. So here, I'm going to walk up the main stairs with the tour group. Okay, up the main stairs. So I guess the view up here is incredible. This is what I'm told. I wonder how much they're trying to sell these little condos for in here. I might ask somebody. Of course, lots of locals selling stuff. Merhaba madam. Merhaba. Güzel. Ama her şey istiyorum şimdi. Evet. Tamam tamam. Güle güle. Almost at the top. And of course, the trinkets. Okay, through there. This is like a central circle inside. I haven't been outside yet. We just got to the top here. Very interesting. Merhaba. Okay, let's go up. Check out the view. Another garrison. Yeah, that looks like a shootout point, doesn't it? All right. Another one of these little, is it a garrison? Is that what you call it? I don't know. Yeah. Looks like a place where somebody would hang out and look and shoot. That's what it looks like. A little spot for him to stand in. It's just a little circular cave in here, basically. All right. And we come out and go to the main stairway. Wow. Oh, there we see the older part of the castle way over yonder there. That's where I thought I was going, actually. Over there. I don't know if you can get in there. See that way over there? Look at this view, though. Well, it's definitely worth the view.
Не шопинг?
Ага. Я чисто случайно вообще. Что вы тоже вот как-то.
Looks like they're taking down these old houses here that are in there, rebuilding condos up here. I mean, what a view. Fantastic. So I think that's due south. And to the west over here, to the north side over here. And then there's the old castle there. That's where I was trying to go. I don't know if I can get in there or not. I'll ask these people. It doesn't look like it. It looks like that part's closed off. And they just allow people over here. So here I am at the top of Ankara Castle. Mind you, this looks like a rebuilt lookout point. The real castle is actually a ways away, even though they direct you to this spot here. I'll do a zoom in on it in a minute so you can see what I'm talking about. But regardless, it is a beautiful spot. We have a complete panoramic view, pretty much the entire city from up here. So this looks to be pretty close to the highest point, at least in the central city, where I am. And behind me in a second is the real castle, which I want to get over to. So there's the real castle actually behind me in the corner there, I think, right? Can you see it? Right there. So I'm trying to get over there. Maybe if I can get over there, I can get a nice look at some old stonework, but I don't know. I tried to get over there when I first walked up here, walking all the way to the edge, but it was blocked off. I don't know if we can go there or not. Might as well go have a look at the other side. So again, the story is this place was rebuilt many times. You can see how it's strategically built, obviously, to be able to look in all directions. The Phrygians built it, they said, long before the 0 years, they said, and it's been rebuilt many times. Ataturk, Mustafa, the founder of modern Turkey, the Republic of Turkey, following the First World War, is said to have been holed up here for quite some time while they were negotiating with the English Empire and their proxies that were invading from the Mediterranean in the south and the west. And the Sultan that was in charge of Turkey at the time apparently agreed to allow the English Empire to take control of Turkey. And there was a bunch of nationalists, of course, that did not agree with that. So the story is he held up here until they got all their forces together, and then they mounted the counterattack and they pushed out all the English proxies out of Turkey. Subsequently, the Turkish Republic was formed in around 1922, 1923. And the constitution that it has now, a lot of people still don't like, because it still gives control of some critical areas to foreign occupiers, in some people's opinion. So there is a lot of history here. The capital was moved here from Istanbul following that, because Istanbul was where the Sultan was, and apparently the English forces were taking over Istanbul, so they set up the capital here. And then it stayed here. So you can see how this would have been a strategic place to hold their ground. I don't think there was much fighting here, though. I don't think they got this far.
Please take me a picture.
Sketchy stairs. Surprised there's no railings on these. Oh. There we go. No railings. Interesting. All right, so we're on our way. Leaving the top of the fortress. I'm going to call this one the fortress, even though it is called the castle, the Ankara castle. The real castle seems to be on the other side to me, if you want to call something a castle. Okay, we're on our way down. Walking by some of these new condos that look quite nice. They have nice little yards. Beautiful area. Lots of flowers, lots of birds, lots of green, lots of trees. Okay. I wonder if I can get over to the old castle there. I don't know. I'm going to try it. There's a beautiful old jammy here. Nice old marble pillars. I won't go in. People are praying. So we'll continue walking down towards the castle and see what we find. For sale. For sale, of course. Run for your life. Run, kitty. Hey, you're sure a cute little guy. Hey? No, he's running. Merhaba. Following the cat down the walkway. Hey, Schmoozer. Hey, Schmooze. It's okay. Meow. Yeah. No, there's lots of work being done here, but I can't get through to go to the old castle. That's too bad. That would be cool. These guys are giving a facelift to the old structures, is what they're doing. See the old brickwork there? Wow, thick walls. Yeah, they're rebuilding, replastering on the outside. New wood roofs, looks like too. Yeah. New soffit. Look how thick the walls are. It's cold here actually in the winter. No insulation, but solid concrete with solid brick that's, gosh, at least a foot thick. Yeah, they're redoing all these old houses. Patch them up on the outside, new wood windows, new wood soffits. Actually looks pretty, it looks okay. Very, very old houses. So instead of tearing them down, they're refacing them. That's what they're doing. I see. It looks like I'm at the end of the road. Yep. I am. This is as far as I can go from what I can see. Trying to get to the old castle. Oh, magpie. Lots of magpies here, surprisingly enough. Yeah, I can't get over there. Well, I'm taking a long way around. There's no signs. Very difficult to get up there. I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to try to weasel through these walkways. I don't know. Okay, so I just found a construction worker who told me that yes, the old castle is this way, but it's under construction up there and nobody's allowed in there, he said. Lots of new construction obviously being done in here. All these old places are being redone. Lots of people living in here. I'll go as far as I can. See what I can find and see. Found it. Had to sneak past the construction workers. Let's see if I can get up there. Okay. Oh, that's the old castle. I'm gonna try to get up here. It's quite a hike. I must be at about 2,000 meters up here. I probably came up about 250 meters in elevation. I think I came up. Okay, I made it to the side gates of this old castle. It's all locked up on the sign here. It looks to me as if they're rebuilding all the houses and condos around here and making it much more picturesque. And then maybe they'll open this up. I'm going to try to walk around the other side and see if there's another entranceway. See if I can get up there. It's like an adventure getting in here. Lots of work. Merhaba.
Merhaba.
Nasılsın? İyi, iyi iş amigo, iyi iş. Evet. Zor iş.
Where are you from?
Türkiye.
Ha.
Aha! Original Euclidean Canada.
Kanada.
Evet.
Valla.
Valla just ama 3 yıl.
3 yıl Türkiye'de.
3 yıl Türkiye yaşıyorum.
Burada mısın?
Yok, Karamanlı.
Karaman.
Karaman.
Karaman.
Karamanlı ama yok Karaman şehir. Ermenekgül.
Ermenek.
Evet.
Valla.
Güzel.
Aksaray.
Yeah, it doesn't look like this place is ready to be open. Lots of old haphazard work in here, which they're fixing. Cool. I'm gonna ask this guy. Yeni evler bu aynı kaç para? Kaç para fiyatı satımı?
10 trilyon.
Ah!
10 trilyon.
10 trillion
Ha.
tera.
Aha.
So 10
Yani
trillion lira.
10 milyon.
10 million.
Ha, 10
Okay, 10 million lira.
milyon. Trilyon dediğim o.
So 10 million
10 million.
lira is 25,000 times 250,000.
8 milyon.
Ah, so yakında belki 250,000 Amerika dolar.
Valla.
Evet, tamam. 250,000 American for these little villas. Interesan. Merhaba amigo.
Merhaba.
Nasılsın?
İyi.
Super. Evet. These guys are working hard. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, I take a quick walk up here just for the hell of it. Why not? Yeah, it's a mess in here. Look, there's an old house and a puppy dog. Who's a puppy? Looks like, yeah, somebody, I wonder if somebody's living here? No way. Couldn't be. But the old dog. Oh, she's got puppies. Yeah, she's got puppies in here. Interesting. Okay. Wonder if they're gonna fix this one. I don't know about that. So there was people living up here. Yeah, there's the old structure. Oh, this one's been rebuilt many times too. You can see. So we can only see on the outside. Can't get in that one. It was a chore just to get this close. Well, I'm sure it'll be quite nice when they get all these old homes rebuilt. Pathways done, all the stonework done. It's going to be a lot of work. So there's the old castle grounds. I can't get in there. All closed up. Well, interesting. Looks like that's it for our tour. The old Phrygian castle fortress system in Ankara, Turkiye. And we managed to get to the newer one that's all open for tourism. The older High Point one you saw, which is behind me, I managed to hike up to. It's all closed off because there's construction everywhere. It looks like it'll be open in the next year or two. The view up here is fantastic. So, I mean, a lot of these so-called castles and fortresses, they're not that exciting when you've seen a few of them. I've said this before, but they are beautiful to see. And more importantly, I think it's a great place for people and their families to come and hang out. There's lots of chairs and little restaurants and cafes, and the view is absolutely stellar. I think actually Ankara is one of my favorite cities in Turkey. From what I've seen, it's pretty nice, very modern, beautiful, clean. A lot of people here speak speak English actually, which was surprising to me. More than most other cities, but it's the capital, so that probably makes sense. There's a lot of international government offices here, all the major embassies are here, etc. So I hope you enjoyed our tour, and hopefully you can make it to Turkey someday and have a look. And if you get a chance, definitely come to Ankara. It's a beautiful city. Have a good day.